everybody, it's Chris McNellis with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. How are you? I'm here. I'm with Darren Rickwood of First Home Mortgage, and he and I are having our usual catch up and banter about the market. Today, it's all about the history of interest rates and some kind of trend we can see. But I think the message is, Darren, that we've been here before. I was just having a conversation with my friend Carol Chaporis at an open house today that we've been through this before. Just a little bit different iterations each time. So, you know, we've been used to artificially low interest rates for what, like 10 years now?
Probably, yeah. Really low for the last 3 or 4.
Yeah. And so while that's incredible, it's really not fair to base an entire life's investment work on these last few years, because some of us were able to take advantage of it. Some of us still are. Others of us will never be able to take advantage of it unless, of course, we're fortunate enough to find an assumption that's actually workable terms, right?
Yep.
But take me back, Darren, when we looked into rates in the 80s.
Yeah.
You were talking about 18%.
Yep.
What was that about?
So in the 80s, late 80s, everything else, we saw what the highest we probably touched was 18%. I thought 18.9%, that sort of thing. And it fluctuated that entire, I guess, all of the 80s.
Yeah, like
10
that was
15.
actually the lower 80s.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
It wasn't until the very end of the 80s, early 90s is when it started coming down. And a lot of that was due to .com and everything else. It started out with the .coms being created, all the businesses.
The advent of the internet, people using personal computers more, then all of a sudden the .com crash happened.
And those stocks went crazy.
Yeah.
And people bought all the stocks.
Yeah, but the dot boom was 95 to 2000.
Yeah.
And, you know, things were going well. People were buying second homes down here, and then all of a sudden I get in the business in 99, and I'm fortunate enough to take over this townhouse project on the water in Solomon's, and I realized, well, no wonder they gave it to me. Nobody's buying these as second homes anymore like they were because of the .com boom. But I didn't realize that until today. I didn't realize that until today, 31 years later, that's why I wasn't able to sell those freaking townhouses. But you know what? I still work with a lot of those people today.
And you know what's funny is you can see a wave action in the rates and in the market over the last 20 or 30 years. And like we talked about, this is nothing, you know, out of the ordinary. It happens every 10 or 15 years.
Yeah.
You know, they say a refi booms every 8 years, but we're seeing rates go up and down, and it's just because of different reasons.
Well, now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I'm having a lot more discussions with sellers about home equity lines of credit, HELOCs. Yes. So much so that a HELOC used to be something that would happen quickly, right?
Right. Now it's longer.
But now it's, minimum 45 days to get a HELOC processed. But the thing that people do have is they have equity, typically, in their current home, more equity than ever before. And so we have this imbalance. We have people with a lot of equity in their homes and great rates and don't want to leave it. And then we have raising interest rates, which makes payments higher. We have less inventory, which keeps prices higher. So we have all these things happening. But, you know, life still goes on. People still need shelter. People still want to make investments. Real estate is still, and it's always going to be, one of the best investments to make. So
how long do you want to pay rent and put money in someone else's pocket without investing in yourself?
Yeah.
And your family.
It's still going to work. Yep. Real estate still works. But we've got to get over the artificial interest rate situation that's been happening for
since
some
2008, 2009.
For some people's entire adult lives.
Yeah.
The last 10 years.
And that was all from the government injecting money into our financial market, buying bonds on the backside, buying up mortgage-backed securities, everything else, and that stopped. That ended this year. A couple months ago, they pretty much have done. They're not buying any more of those mortgage-backed securities, so we're seeing the market correct itself. We're seeing rates go up. We've seen rates go up every day the last week or so. Slow ticks.
Yeah, slow ticks. Still ticks, those guys.
Ticks. It's like a clock. It just keeps on going.
Well, that's what's happening today around here at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, PenFed Realty, and with First Home Mortgage, our partner. So hope you guys have a good day. I hope you decide to buy real estate. it's a great investment, and it's a really fun investment when you really get some methodology down on how you want to strike your terms. And with people like us as strategists in your corner, you can't get better. Take care.
Bye.